here. Okay, and then bring that nose up and give a little bit too much right rudder, and it will, even though you're in a left bank, it's gonna roll and spin the opposite way. Same thing if we had too much left rudder in, it's gonna spin to the inside of the turn. Okay. Oh, geez, loading up on the wing there.
I like doing that. I just want to make sure I'm not going to break the airplane apart.
Yeah, so this airplane's rated I think 3.8 positive G's and negative 1.5, I think. So you're not going to break it with that kind of a pull.
What would it?
You'd have to be like super high speed and then a real hard pull, because the load increases with speed. The load factor increases with speed and weight. So if you got like a really heavy airplane, you got her going really fast downhill, and then you're really forced it into it. Because I got the airplane. So if we go into a 60-degree bank turn, to maintain altitude, this is 2 G's. So that's twice the weight that you're normally feeling imposed on your body.
Feels kind of good, actually. 2 G's. For
Yeah.
2 G's.
Right? And if you bring it in tighter, okay, so that's starting to stall.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah, I did.
So, you know, all I do is let it stick down and broke the stall. Alright, so, you got the airplane. Give me a right turn back to west. One thing that you know is that stall speed increases with weight.
Yep.
It increases with angle of bank. So in that 60-degree bank turn, we got a stall at 70 knots, which you would normally never get.
Right.
You know, we're not stalling at 70 knots here, but you go into that 60-degree bank and the stall speed increases.
Yeah.
So if you get into a high angle of bank, and you know, we weren't even a high angle of attack.
Right.
You know, we were a level turn.
Yeah.
And we got slow enough that that was the critical angle of attack for the airplane. So, so stall speed increases with weight, and it increases with angle of bank.
Okay. I've definitely got some positive rudder pressure going on here.
Yep.
And I've got some positive pressure on this to keep it. So if I let off. Like
Yeah.
that, so I'm
All right. So the flaps are up.
Yep.
You want to spin down once, down to a lower altitude.
Yeah.
Okay. So bring your
over idle?
Yep.
Okay.
So bring your power right back to idle.
Alright. Idle. My glorious shining moment here.
Okay. Now, to keep it in the spin,
Yep.
you have to hold the stick full back into your lap. So
Okay.
as we get to the top, as we get to the edge of that stall,
Yep.
you're gonna go hold it in your lap, and you're gonna hold one rudder all the
Okay.
way in.
Alright.
So whenever. So. Woo! Alright. That's good. Let the nose down. Power to idle. And you're smoothly pulling out of it. You can still stall it here and put it into a secondary stall.
Oh, I see that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Feel that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that was amazing. That was all me flying that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't touch it.
Dude, we gotta do that one more time.
Alright, we've still got some altitude. Actually, put some power back in,
Okay.
like 2,000 RPM, and go that way a little bit.
Alright.
Just so we're not over town.
Right. You know, just in case we're not over town when you're doing your crazy, you know, when we're flying towards the. Alright, where are we going exactly?
Just take a south heading here.
Okay,
Just
south.
bump your power back up to like a big power setting.
Okay.
We're gonna get a mile this way, and then we can do it again.
Okay. You want me to climb a little while I do that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I can't possibly be the worst student ever.
No, by far no.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And it's not necessarily the only bad
right?
Yep.
Pitch up. Pitch up.
Yep, and rudder in one direction.
Rudder in one direction. Woo!
Alright, that's good. Let the nose down. And then you're smoothly bringing it up. Because you're at a high airspeed, you can get and you can stall at any airspeed as well.
Right.
So right now, if we yank the nose up, we could get a stall at 100 knots, 120 knots.
Right.
You could have one at 200 knots.
You know what? I feel like I should say this is when you are coming out of that extreme stall, when you're flying down right at the ground and you're pulling back up to recover, it feels like you are, or you should be, going for just a second the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say, yeah. It's just for when you're coming out of it, it feels like you're going the opposite direction is the way it feels to me.
Yeah.
So you really have to use your brain to like override that.
Yeah, and your visual references because
I feel like I did a pretty badass spin.
Yeah, yeah.
I did 2 of them. That was awesome.
So, and your inner ear is what's fucking with you there.
Yep.
So your inner ear, that fluid inside your inner ear is telling you, oh, well, we were spinning left, so that became the normal for our body. Our brain's telling us when we roll out to, we're just going straight.
Right.
It feels like we're going the opposite way because that inner fluid's still moving.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things when we're in a cloud. If you ever fly into a cloud, and I'll take you in a cloud sometime on an IFR, there's no reference. It's all white.
Right.
It's like you're in a room that has white painted walls. Okay, so there's no reference to up or down or left or right. So you could be in a left turn and your body would be telling you, swear to God, I'm straight and level.
Oh yeah.
And you're wrong. I mean, your body lies to you.
Yeah, it's such a crazy feeling. I think I even do it. I even flew, I think, a little faster spinning down. I went for a little bit longer than you did.
Yeah.
Not trying to be a cocky prick. I'm not one of those kids at all.
Oh, no.
I just like doing stuff. And I feel like that was an accomplishment.
Oh, for sure. A lot of people aren't comfortable with stalls and spins.
Oh.
But once you understand what's actually happening aerodynamically, and you realize that, oh, if I don't want to stall, I'm letting the nose down. Even 2-3 degrees of letting that pitch come down, you're breaking the stall.
Yeah.
So once you have an understanding and you can feel that airplane about to stall, it'll happen one day in the pattern. You'll be like focused on the runway and you'll be, I got the plane, you'll be in here in like a left base to final, and you're gonna overbank to, we only do max 30 degrees of bank in the pattern. That's because at 45 our stall speed increases.
Right.
So you'll be in here looking at the runway and you'll feel all the back pressure you have on the stick, and you'll look out and you'll be like 10-15 degrees nose up and your airspeed will be a lot slower than what you're expecting. You're like, oh, you know what? If I would have kept that going, I would have stalled the airplane here close to the ground.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take the airplane back.
My airplane.
And then go ahead and bump your power back to like 2,000 RPM.
Gosh, it feels like it's been so much longer. I'm having a good time though.
degrees and get below that 78 knots. Okay, good. Now put in your last landing flaps. And then once you got your flaps in, you can let the nose back down a little bit. It's going to cause drag, and it's going to slow you down probably about 8 knots if you were to not repitch. Alright. So, we're still on base here. Okay, so you got the runway in sight?
Yep, you got the runway in sight. The blinky.
Yep. The blinkers are approach lighting, so that's short of the runway. Okay. So go ahead and turn towards the runway here.
Turn it towards the runway.
Now we want about 65 knots here, so you're going to have to let your nose down a little bit. Now if that's going to end you up short, you need to add power.
Okay.
So bump your power up. There you go, something in there. So the green lights are the start of the runway.
Okay.
Alright. And you can see in the last half of the runway, see how they start to turn to red or amber? So they go yellow for the first half, and then orange, and then red at the end. Yeah, that's telling you you're approaching the end of the runway.
Okay, yep. So right here.
Yep, so we're rolling on, getting nice and straight. Alright, so we're kind of looking just in front of those green lights. And you can see how they're coming down in the windscreen.
Yeah.
That's because our power is too high. So bring your power back. Okay. Yep. And you can bring it right back to idle.
Idle. Okay, we're at idle.
Okay. So, yep. So now we're making very small corrections, looking out front here. Yep. We don't really care about what's inside.
Okay.
So we're just waiting to level off, so we don't want to pull up yet.
Okay.
Now we're getting in the 50 feet range, so we're looking at the red lights at the end. We're bringing the nose up slightly.
Yep. Nose up slightly.
Alright. Bringing that nose up. Good. And then we can let it go. So here's normal level pitch, right? And we can bring that nose up in here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, see the difference?
Yeah, I do.
So we're looking at the reference here. How high can we bring this up? Well, we can, again, we're not going to get enough speed to bring the nose up.
Yeah, I see
but that's what we're looking at. That's why we're looking above the runway at the red lights. Because we otherwise, if we look right off the nose, we can't tell if our... That's affirmative. Alright, left on Charlie to out flight with you. Thank you very much. Okay. So, these yellow signs are telling us, okay, there goes Mike. And then Charlie, the snow's blocking it, but Charlie goes to the left. See this yellow Charlie sign?
Yep. Whoopsie.
So I'm on the brakes a little bit, just slowing us down. And no, you're fine. So yeah, so now we're on Charlie. We're gonna go straight down Charlie here.
Okay, you good.
So a little bit of right brake.
Yep. This is where my brain has to reset.
Yeah.
You know, back into taxi mode. Okay, got it. Right, the right brake.
So again, the sign on the left is telling us we're on Charlie, is the black background. And then Bravo cuts across left and cuts across right. So let's go back over here to the right, back near the center line. So just hit that right brake. There you go.
Yep.
Add some power. There you go. And then, yep, you can go straight here.
I just do my glorious, you know, stunt piloting, and then now I you know, back it up and shoot. Hey, at least we had fun though, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Alright.
Beautiful night. So look far away from the airplane. Because you're going to be able to tell if the nose is swinging or not, if you're going off your course, by looking far away from the airplane. If you look off the nose, you're not going to have any reference.
Yeah, I do see that. Okay.
So we're on Charlie. Charlie 1 is diagonal to the right.
So we're going over there?
No, we're just taking the center line in here. and then the center line's going to go to the left.
Okay.
Which is into av flight here on our left.
Okay.
So we're following this left curve of the center line.
Okay, this left curve of the center line.
Yep. And hands on the throttle. So if you're going too fast, just bring your power right back. Put a right rudder here, keeping us in the middle. Alright, so we obviously have a jet parked here we don't want to hit. So we're gonna keep going and we're gonna turn to the right.
Okay.
So you can just start that right turn. Yep. Okay, see him with the 6?
Yep.
Alright, so he wants us to park out over that way, and he wants us to face him. So we're gonna go straight here.
Okay. And he wants me to turn and face him.
Yep.
Okay.
So he's gonna wave his arm saying that he wants us straight at him. Alright, give it a little bit of power. Alright, he's gonna cross him over his head when he wants you to stop.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so power's back to idle.
Yep.
Fuel pump goes off. Mixture to idle. We're gonna starve the engine of fuel.
Okay.
Alright. We could have done this earlier, but you can bring your flaps back up. Usually, which I didn't have you do, we stop once we taxi off the runway, we stop out there, we would turn our landing light off and bring our flaps up.
Okay.
Which, yeah, is fine, we can do it here.
Sure.
So you can turn your lights off. All of it, well, actually turn your map light on so we can see.
Okay.
And then you can turn your landing light off, position, and strobes. Alright. Avionics master. You can turn the magnetos to off and take the key out. Just hang it right here.
Okay. And then the red one?
Yes, yep.
There we go.
That is how you fly a plane.
All right. I'm making progress.